3. Nobody are pieces of art. All right.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, you guys know me from the base, and all of you guys are obviously from there. And I like to tell people that I am a veteran. I really kind of stick with that because I love telling people that. And it's because I'm a very special type of veteran. I'm the type of veteran who believes the word veteran should never be abbreviated to the word vet. You see, vet can mean so many different things. It can mean prior service member, it can mean animal doctor, it can mean Corps vet. It can even mean a person who has a lot of experience in their profession. Now, my father-in-law was in the service. So was his dog. So in theory, I, as a vet, could help the vet, take his vet to the vet in a vet. Like a vet! You guys look at me like, how did I get here? And I'm telling you, I was vetted. You know, like most military people that live here in San Angelo, I'm not from here. I'm a transplant. So when I go home for the holidays, I really have to go somewhere. And I go all the way back to a place called Cooter, Missouri. Yeah, I said Cooter. It's a nice place in a backwoodsy, rednecky sort of way. But I do love being in Cooter, I'll tell you that all day. Now, anytime I go home, me and my family, we take a trip over to the department store. The only department store in Cooter. And when I say department store, I mean the Dollar General. When I say my family, I mean my nieces, my nephews, my aunts, my uncles, my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my kids, and my wife. One great big redneck mecca right over to the great department store of Cooter, Missouri. Now, last time we made such a trip, my youngest daughter began to act out. You know, the way they do. And I was going to try and crush at the lowest level, bend down, have a conversation with her. Now, before I get too far into that, I'll tell you military members, depending on when they serve, they have their own world problems to think about, their own war. Mine happened to be the war on terrorism. With that came some common misconceptions. People believe that Middle Easterners raise their kids to be terrorists. That's not true. All kids are terrorists. Just in America, we like to train it out of them. Let me get back to my story of my child. I got down about eye level. She began to make demands. Well, I don't negotiate with terrorists. So I scoop her little butt up, I'm going to take her out to the car. That's the known consequence. Now, she doesn't want this, so she's fighting me a little bit. It's like any good dad would. I threw her over my shoulder, and I quit giving my pace. Then she begins to really fight. Arms this way, legs that way, really giving me problems. And I'm okay with this. But then my daughter, she did the unthinkable. In public, she cried for help. Dramatically, too. She's all, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. Now think about this. I'm a middle-aged man in your small community. You don't know me. I'm there running for the door with a small child draped over my shoulder, kicking and flailing, fighting for its life. And I'm about, help, help me, help me. Man, in Texas, I'd have been shot. I couldn't get out of that place quick enough. I darn near sprinted across the parking lot. I got to the car. I opened the car door. I went to put her in. She didn't want to go in. She's holding on to the door frame with all four limbs like this. And I'm pushing on her torso. Pushing on her torso to those little limbs just give out. I get her to the car seat, tie her down like a darn hostage. Stand up, look around, hundreds of spectators. Some might call them witnesses. But you know, not a single one of them challenged me. You know why? Because they know. All kids are terrorists, not to be negotiated with. Oh man, you nod, you smile like that might be true. It's not true. We do negotiate with our kids. In fact, we give them their own rules to play by. For instance, if a small child was to throw out its arms, run into a room and go, pop, 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 pop. Look up and declare, I'm a helicopter.
I learned they'll be bringing it.
You know what you'll tell that kid? Yeah, you are. You'll be anything you want to be. But Lord forbid, I, as a grown man, should throw out my arms, run into a room and go, pop, 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 pop. Look up and declare, I'm a helicopter. People say mean things. Get away from me. Or we should see other people. God, the truth, guys. But the truth is, we'll do almost anything for our kids. Here's an example. My youngest daughter, the terrorist I just talked about, she recently turned 6 years old. And when in Texas, you do as Texans do. You buy a freaking piñata. So I did. From the only decent place in town to get one, the Supermercado. I thought these things would be shaped based off the characters our children have grown to love. No. I walked in and hanging from the rafters, they had Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Power Rangers, Powerpuff Girls, and even Disney princesses. Turns out they do create these things based off characters they love. Clearly they're not on the same page as their European brothers. They also have paper mache characters. They call them effigies. And they stab them, and they burn them! You see, they create theirs based off the characters they hate. Armed with this knowledge, I cruised to the register, knowing I was not buying a pinata. I was buying an effigy. You see, I was buying Elsa. Oh, I hate Elsa. I love my daughter though, so I bought the darn thing and took it home, raised it up. She hit it with everything she had. She said, it didn't break. I gave her another shot. It's okay. You can smile, smirk, giggle, or even laugh because you know that that's the sound that a 6-year-old little girl makes when they hit a pinata. Not my son though. No, 15 years old. He brought the heat. He brought the hate. He was all boom, 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 and I guess I was getting into it. So I was all, hit her again, son. Hit her again, son. Until all the parents' eyes shift towards me. I realized I was conveying a horrible message. So I started backpedaling as quickly as I could. I was all, let it go, son. Let it go, son. Let it go, son. Let it go. God, I hate that movie. Most dads do. Oh, but I realized that last piece made me seem a little bit like a psychopath. So we'll take the attention off you, off me, and put it on you. We're going to do a status check. Single versus married. If you're single, show me where you're at. Get loud. All right, cool. Is this place you blow up? If you're married and you love the person you're with, make some noise. Yeah! Even in a small room, there's like 5 people who didn't say nothing. Okay, a lot of people don't care to say. I like to tell people though, I am married, going on 24 years, happily so. But you know, in that time frame, I learned a thing or two. For instance, did you know that married people have different nicknames than single people? You see, I'm not sweetie, I'm not honey, I'm not baby, I'm not bae. Now my wife, she calls me somebody. It's nice. She never says it directly to me. She'll walk into an empty room and declare, somebody should mow the lawn. Or somebody should do the dishes. Maybe somebody should go change that baby's diaper. And I do. I'd like to say it's out of love, but it might be more true to say it's out of fear. She loves me though, and I love her back at least more times than not. There are those times when she's driving. That's a hard knot. See, anytime she's behind the wheel, it's like she's angry. It's like she has constant road rage. You guys get road rage?
Yeah.
Of course you do. We all do. But I recently learned something about myself. I'm pretty tolerant of other drivers. What gets under my skin, what gives me road rage, are the other people in my own car. They make me say things like, don't let me come back there, or I will turn this car around. Of course, my go-to at the moment is, I'll wreck this car right now and end it all. They don't let me drive the church van anymore. The truth, guys. No, the real truth is I do love my wife so much. But you know, spouses, they can be pretty demanding. For instance, a while back, my wife asked me if I would care to learn a second language with her. I told her, heck no, it sounded like a lot of work. 3 days later, she asked me again, and I knew it was going to be a thing. So I told her, yeah. Would you believe she let me pick the language? So I chose something that would be completely viable to me here in Texas. I chose Italian. Okay, so not very viable, but I worked real hard at it for about a week. It was as tough as I thought it would be, so I quit. But before I did, I took a test. The test told me I'm exactly 1.9% fluent in Italian. I said it qualifies me to teach you some words. You guys ready to learn some Italian?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll start with this. Figaro, 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 Figaro.
Woo! Beautiful. Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure who or what that guy was singing about, but I'd like to believe it's that cat from Pinocchio. But I digress. I didn't come to talk about that. I came to give you some words. Let's start with ciao. I don't mean the dog you grew up with or the food that you ordered. I mean C-I-A-O. You see, in Italy, it means both hello and goodbye. Try that in America, in English. Let somebody walk up to you and say hi. Look back at them and say goodbye. Straight jerk move, not cool, you'll not be friends. However, in Italy, you can walk up to somebody and say ciao. They'll look back at you and say ciao. Now, he could be the nice guy in the world or a straight up jerk. You don't know the difference. Kind of cool, kind of messed up at the same time. But let's move on to another word. Prego. Yes, I just rolled the R trying to sound sexy as all get out. And I know it didn't work. But that's not how I normally say it. I normally say it like this. Prego. And half the room will believe I'm talking about a pregnant woman. The other half might believe I'm talking about that pasta sauce you find over in aisle 12, right? Turns out, It does not mean pregnant woman. It does not mean pasta sauce. It means you're welcome. Now with that in mind, let's think back to that pasta sauce for a second. How it just sits there knowing it's so darn good. It gives you a preemptive, you're welcome, right across the label. Prego. Prego indeed. Seems kind of arrogant if you ask me. But you know, I like that kind of swagger. So much so that I let it inspire my first tattoo right across my chest. Prego. That way, I'm frolicking on the beach. Anybody that sets eyes on me will know that my body welcomes their gaze. However, it's possible they don't see the same sexy beast of a man that I see in the mirror every day. They may see my pale, flat chest, slightly swollen gut, read my tattoo, and think, yep, prego. Oh, man. The one thing I did learn from that 1 week that I worked so hard in the Italian language is it is a very seductive language. They say some very cool things. But upon further review, most things sound pretty cool when you compare them to English. I know a lot of people don't want to believe that, so I brought something to give you an example. I'm going to do something a comedian should never do. I'm going to reach about 30 years in the past to reference an animated feature, pull a song from it, sing this to you in English, see if you've ever heard this before. Here comes a lion, father. Yes, it's a lion. Ever heard that? Of course not, because it's freaking lame. Let's back it up and play it in Zulu, because Disney knows what's up. Majestic. English can't touch this. But if you need more proof, let's look to our youth. They try and spice up our language all the time by turning our words into acronyms, truncating them in some way, or making a word that used to mean this, now mean this. And I picked up on it. And I go home and I practice on my daughter. I tell her, your eyebrows are on fleek. That means they look good. No cap. That means I'm not lying. She thinks I'm OD, which means I'm overdoing it. I should change my drip, which means stop, Dad. Then she hits me with another word, cringe. And I get it. That's what I am. But I don't care how she feels, because I think that she is lit. And lit is my favorite of the words that the young people use. You see, I'm old. Old enough to have seen its entire evolution. When I was a kid, it was legitimate. And then it was legit. And then it was too legit to quit. Now the kids say lit. For half a second, they test drove the word litty. Nobody liked us, so they went back to lit. And I'm glad they did. You see, compared to litty, I think the lit sounds pretty darn legit. In fact, I say it's too legit to quit. Sounds legitimate to me. Come on now. All right. Words, man. Be impressed. That's what we do. Now, I'll tell you, another group of people that do not like the English language would be wine connoisseurs. We got wine drinkers in the house. Any of you old enough for that? All right, so I'll school you up real quick. I'll tell you, they say some very cool, seductive words. They say things like reverse demeanor, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, Sangria. All of these are really cool words. None of them are English though, but they do have one on reserve for us. Pun intended. Now, it's oaky. If you don't know what an oaky is a wine that's aged in an oak barrel. Now, a fine oaky is a wine I care to taste. An okie dokie oaky is a wine I can buy by the case. The person who lives in Oklahoma is also known as an oaky. And I tell you that because I want you to know that I can have an okie dokie oaky with an okie dokie oaky and it'd be okie dokie by me. Still here, guys. Come on. Now, I'll tell you, bring it back to the slang with my kids, man. I don't know how many of you guys, any of you have kids? All right, we have a couple of you. You like to embarrass those kids? All right, of course you do. Me too. I'll tell you the easiest way. The easiest way is to use slang. Because if you're old enough to have kids who are old enough to be embarrassed by you, you're too old to use slang. And it's a shame because we collect it all of our lives. Now, I still use it. I'll walk in, I see my kids hanging out with their friends on the couch, minding their own business. I'll hit them old school. I'll go, what up, my home dogs? What's the haps going down on Front Street? What's the 411? Yo. You can feel their eyes roll out of their skull. They'll sigh, look at me and say, Dad. They try and hit me old school. You're so whack. Whack. I can't take that, so I hit them back with something more current. I look them right in their eye. I go, 100, no cap, dead ass, on God, for real, straight, busted, valid, not mid at all. Am I not the bomb.com? Have I no riz? This is actually where they just get up, walk out of the room, slam the door behind them. So much satisfaction! I won. That's what I wanted. Leave me alone, you darn kids. Oh, man. No, at the Crawford house, we are real word nerds. They like me to talk nerdy, not dirty, that's a different kind of show. They like me to talk nerdy to them. And some of our favorite words are palindromes, those words that are spelled the same, forward and backward, things like mom, dad, race car, taco cat. We used to love taco cat, but now we like the world's longest palindrome. It's, go hang a salami, I'm a lasagna hog. Yeah, I said, go hang a salami, I'm a lasagna hog. And you're questioning me whether or not that is what it says if you read it backwards. So let me help you. Go hang a salami, I'm a lasagna hog. Now you're looking at me with a different disbelief. You're like a different palindrome in mine. You're like, wow. And it makes me so happy because wow spelled backwards is wow. All right, good times. No, always been a word nerd from the time I was small till now. And the bigger the word, the more complicated word, the better. If it sounded ridiculous, that was the cherry on top. And my favorite word from the time that I was 8 to the time that I'm now, well, 48, is still the same. And I think everybody in this room knows it, so I'm going to start the word and I want you to help me finish it. All right, here we go. I know you know the game, or if you don't, we'll do it twice. Here we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Now you know the game and you know the word. We're going to do it again, 100% buy-in. I can see all 12 of you. This is very personal to me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Beautiful. And the weird thing is I don't even have a joke that goes with that.
Your mark.
No, I realize that you guys at this point know that I'm not a normal stand-up comedian. I'm just a weird guy who goes around the back of Pizza Huts and tells jokes to people that I can hold hostage for any amount of time. And the proof is that if you ask any stand-up comedian who their influences are, they rattle the same Mount Rushmore of comedians. They say Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, George Carlin, Rodney Dangerfield. For the new kids, you got Chappelle, right? You got maybe Robin Williams. Again, all right, so I'm not going to debate. Those are the greats. But when I was a young man trying to watch stand-up comedy, my parents made responsible freaking decisions. So I had to watch people who made funny noises and sounded like other people. And they left an impression on me, and I want to leave one on you, so we'll start real easy. Ho! 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 All but one person has looked at me like you didn't grow up with Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
As if you haven't made this noise 100 times in your life, it's all right. It's fun. So much so that we're going to do it together. I'll hit you with a go. I'll say, ho! You'll hit me with a ho! Ho! All right, for this not to be weird, I need you guys to play along. Guys, don't make it weird.
Okay.
All right, it's already weird, but don't let me be the only person having a good time. It's about you, it's not about me. Here we go, let's get our Mickey on. Oh, boy! Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. You know, that means that you have a special power of writing in any domestic dispute immediately. Sounds silly. But no matter how heated the argument gets, things get weird when you go, huh? They either laugh and you're good, or they hit you and you leave and it's still over. All right, I'll give you another impression. This is the very first impression I ever did. And it sounded a lot like this. It's possible you have no clue who that is. So I'm turning away from you, look back at you dramatically and declare, I'm Batman. And instantaneously, everybody here now knows who the heck I am. Kind of funny how that works. But the bad thing about the Batman voice is that it sounds an awful lot like creepy guy voice. Remember, I talked to the one lady in the room. Last time you were at the bar, the guy who tried to pick you up, he was all, do you come here often? Are you alone? Can I call you? First of all, guys, if you're doing Batman voice at the club, stop it! You're ruining it for the rest of us. No, you're not going to stop, so next time you do it, she looks at you like you're crazy. Turn away, look right to her soul and declare, I'm Batman. Maybe it'll work. No, it's not going to work. Trust me, I've tried. Of course, the cool thing about the Batman voice is that anybody can do it. It's simply an aggressive whisper with a little bit of bass. But the funny thing about the Batman voice is that even though everybody can do it, no two people sound alike when they do. But it still comes off like Batman voice. Now to prove it, we're going to get weird again. I'm going to count to 3, see if I can get that 100% buy-in. And I want you to hit me with an aggressive whisper and declare, I'm Batman. Except for you, man. You can say, I'm Batwoman. Either way, all right? Actually, I don't know your pronouns. You can also say, I'm Batman. Now everybody's attentive, like, what's she going to say? You should be more interested in what he's going to say. All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm Batman. Oh, that might have been more for me than it was for you. No, you guys are actually better at this game than I am. I'm horrible at impressions. You guys already figured that out. But you know, anything I try, I run full steam at. And here recently I decided to set a world record. Now, I had to do some research, so I opened Guinness book, flipped through a few pages, looked down. The first thing that jumped out at me was the world's largest miniature airport. I'm not sure that those two phrases can even go together. But what it taught me was that if you suck at something bad enough, they'll give you a record for it. So I decided to be the world's loudest mime. You see, it's hilarious, sir, because mimes don't normally say things. Check it out. I am in a box. I am pulling a rope. The world's loudest mime, y'all. Back shut up. Having a good time. Now, let's hit you with this. I think you guys already know that I'm married and I have kids, so let's go ahead and hit you with the things that you can take home and you can tell to your nephews or your kids or whatever. I'm going to tell you, I've recently been thinking a lot about nursery rhymes. Things like Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Now all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put poor Humpty back together again. If I was Humpty, I would want a proper first responder. Okay. So to those king's men, I say okay. But to the horses, I say nay. Oh my God, they actually laughed. It's on camera. No pity laughs. I take those two. They're the same. But let's stick with that line. We're going to say itsy spider crawled up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. I used to think that was a tragic story, but it turns out spiders like water. In fact, they love to surf, mainly on the web. Oh my God, it's so bad. No, I'm going to hit you with, I'm going to tell you why these jokes just kind of really bleed into the soul of who I am. Because a lot of times I'm introduced as Chris Crawford, the corny comedian. Well, because my name is Chris Crawford and I tell corny jokes. But in my defense, a lot of my humor comes from things I find in the real world. For instance, a while back I learned that Mexico has a real issue with the GMO in American corn. You might say they have a real corn beef with us. I've been thinking about this a lot, really corn milling it over. I think the price is going to go up. You're going to need more cornbread. You can take stock in that. Now, I know that these jokes are corny, but if you like them, you might just be into pornography. They have a site for that. It's called Pornhub. I'm not sure what the real issue is. I think our corn is amazing. In fact, I'd even say it's outstanding in this field. When it comes to telling corny jokes, I'm pretty high ranked in that department. My friends, they call me Colonel. If you're still listening, you might be all ears. That of yours is buttering me up. Either way, I'm popped. No, I'm not. I'm a regular cornucopia of corny jokes. This might be a nightmare for you, but for me, it's a field of dreams. You have to understand, I'm one of the original children of the corn. What do you think my favorite band name is? Go ahead. No, it's Nickelback, but I love where your mind's at. No, I'm a real cornball. And your bunch of laughs and your smiles maybe have you living pretty high on the cob. They make you feel like the cream of the crop. They make you want to say, oh, shucks. All right, man. Yeah, y'all lived through it. Congratulations. Cheer for you. No, I love that because it reminds me that I might never, ever make it as a comedian. I might not. It turns out, yeah, I've been on the big stages, but at the end of the day, I'm in San Angelo in the back of a Pizza Hut with 12 people, all from the base. Because they all know me from a different world other than comedy. Right? The HBO special, it's on its way. Back to that Pizza Hut sponsorship. Nobody got Pizza's the Hut. 1, 2, 3.
Nobody got Pizza's the Hut.
That's what I'm talking about. No, but I might not make it. But there are some other things I have decided I could go do. Like I could be a rapper. I've already chosen my name. I'd be Reese's Pieces because Eminem's already taken. I used to roll with the Twix twins until one left because the other one always had to be right. I still hang out with Snickers and Skittles though. Call ourselves the candy wrappers. We're just a bunch of nerds looking for our first big payday. You don't have to laugh. I know that joke was sweet. No, there's a sort of things you can do. You can do all do them really badly, like magic. Just check this out. Whoa! Wait! All right.
Checkmate.
He's like right up there with this. Oh! But no, I think my favorite thing, we're going to go back to the mime thing, because I think that mimes are fascinating. And mime can be anything they want to be at any given time. All right, so they can be a juggler, a really good juggler. I have 7 balls in the air right now. And I caught them all. Why? Because I'm a mime. All right? I could be an archer. I hit the target, dead center. Why? Because I'm a mime. You see what I'm saying? I could blow this guy a kiss. Right on the cheek. That's where it's at. He's sharing the love. My kiss went the distance. You know why? Because I'm a mime. All right? You see what I'm saying? A mime can do anything they want to do. They just have to know when to shut the heck up. And that's my time. Thank you so much.